everyone. Okay, so that's our little discussion about Red Dwarf. And that discussion is going to be why Series 7 sucked. Because, I mean, it's a universal feeling that Series 7 was probably the weakest series for Red Dwarf. And I'm gonna let you guys know my reasoning behind why I didn't like Series 7 so much. And I guess it can be considered also a rant out of love, because I love Red Dwarf and there are things about Series 7 that I do really like. But for the most part, Series 7 was definitely the weakest series of Red Dwarf. So here we go, let's talk about that. And please post comments and video responses below as to why you thought Series 7 was weak, or the contrary, why you didn't think it was weak. And if you don't think Series 7 was the weakest series, then which one do you think is the weakest series? And let's start a discussion. So awesome, here we go. Number one, it was the first series that Rob Grant was not involved in at all. You know, obviously between 6 and 7, Doug Naylor and Rob Grant kind of parted ways. Doug decided to continue Red Dwarf and Rob wanted nothing to do with it. That right there, I mean, you're taking away half of this creative team. And I think that Doug just wasn't totally prepared to do something completely on his own like that and to take it upon himself to do it. I think for what he did was really good, but I don't think that, I think something was lost between 6 and 7, obviously, considering Rob Grant was lost to the show after 6. Another reason why I felt like it was pretty weak was while they decided to take a chance and do single camera with no studio audience, do more location-y kind of things, and just kind of open it up to something that gives them a little bit more freedom, I see that completely. And I completely agree. My favorite television show of all time is shot single camera and it's still a comedy and it doesn't even have a laugh track. I mean, at least Red Dwarf still had the laughter a little bit. I see that the directions they wanted to go, but it failed, I feel, mostly because of the live audience thing. I think that spending so many years doing a television show in front of a live audience and then taking away that live audience, I think was a huge mistake, because there's a certain level of energy when there's a live audience involved. I've done shows that are in front of a live audience and I've done shows that were not done in front of a live audience. And the live audience really actually boosts your energy a little bit. It actually can make you feel more alive, especially if it's a comedy and people are laughing and you're getting that immediate reaction to what you're saying and doing, and knowing that what you're doing and saying is making a difference in somebody's life. There's a certain energy involved there. And I think taking away that energy was actually kind of a disability to the actors, and I think that the actors just didn't portray the characters the way that they could have if that had been done in front of a live audience. I think jokes could have been pulled off a lot easier and a lot better, but I think that the live audience, having the live audience being taken away, just, to me, took away some of that energy, and I think the actors felt that, and I think the actors actually suffered in their performances because of it. And lastly, and this one actually comes with a spoiler, kind of, so if you don't like spoilers and haven't watched Series 7, then kind of go away at this point of the video, because I'm gonna spoil Series 7, kind of, if you can spoil Red Dwarf. The fact that Rimmer left the series, Chris Berry decided to leave Red Dwarf, or that it was a mutual agreement that he was to leave so he could focus on the British Empire, I think was a huge mistake too, and obviously so did everybody else feel like it was a big mistake, considering Chris Berry returned and has been doing it since. Did Series 8, did Back to Earth, and now doing Series 10. However, the fact that, I mean, and he's only missing for like 4 episodes, I think, actually. I think he's only missing for half of the series. But still, those episodes, I really don't want to watch them. I did, in my most recent rewatching, I sat through them, but I'm not a huge fan of any of them, because Rimmer is my favorite character. And not only is Rimmer my favorite character, but the fact that he is this kind of important staple in the series for Lister, and the fact that they took that away kind of gave Lister less to do, less of a character, and I don't know, like, you really need that odd couple kind of thing. I mean, you have the odd couple and you take away Felix, there really isn't much left, if you kind of understand where I'm kind of going with that. It just doesn't make any sense, and having Rimmer go, they should have made Kachansky a little bit more like Rimmer. Instead of having her be with Lister in another dimension, she should have kind of been weirded out by him, and I don't know, they could have done something a little more Rimmer-esque with her, just to kind of give Lister, the character, give Lister this, you know, ability to actually exist. So I think that's that's kind of why I don't like Series 7. So if you don't like Series 7, post in comments and responses below why you thought it was a weak series, and if you thought Series 7 was actually super awesome, then let me know in comments and responses below. Also, it's not all bad. One of my favorite things about Series 7 is the Rimmer experience. I laugh so hard during that. Of course, the Munchkin song, that is amazing. But I like any episode in that series that Rimmer is in. Ticket to Ride, Stoke Me a Clipper is a fantastic episode. I love Stoke Me a Clipper. And then Blue. But also Ouroboros, I don't mind that one. Rimmer's in it like for 2 minutes, but that's about it. But that's actually a pretty decent episode too. Post in comments and be responsive below what you thought of Series 7. And that is all for me this time, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!